Yeah, it would have been, Jesus Christ, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, our last session was last year in May. Yeah.
Last year. We've been playing, or we haven't played for more than a year?
Yes.
Year and a half?
It's because, hey, Lydia. You didn't miss anything. It's predominantly because Michelle was moving in. I had a pretty big work upheaval as well, so just everything was culminating. When things started settling down, I had a bunch of events planned, and it was just one thing after another until I eventually just spent a couple weekends just writing and prepping and getting it done. I have decided that I am shortening the arcs a bit. I'm not entirely sure how many more sessions this is going to be, but I am definitely going to be streamlining some stuff from my initially written story. So there might be a teensy-weensy bit of tribal knowledge or continuity error from now until the end.
Okay.
Lydia, if you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Oh, no, I had myself muted. I was just listening.
Gotcha.
You can hear me clearly, right? I think this is a new microphone and headset from the last time I used Discord.
Yeah, it's
you sound a little tinny, but otherwise good.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than last time. Which
settings I need to change?
Because I remember your mic being really garbage before.
Fair enough, because I was literally just using my phone.
That's why.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, it sounds good. Okay. So it was last year in May, for not so much for Lydia and Franco, but for everyone else. They played. Does anyone remember what happened last?
Let's see. We woke up in the tavern, realized 2 people were missing. We searched for them. The poor woman we hired to find them realized that they were deep underground in the ley line and decided, fuck it, going to go wander around aimlessly now.
Yeah, she, you mostly got that right. When she found out where they were, and it took her a bit because she was coming out of a seance or whatever the hell you want to call it, she recognized, wait a minute, they're not even supposed, wait, how did they get there? And you're like, I don't know, why shouldn't they be there? So she basically metaphorically flipped the table and said, nope, I'm not dealing with you. I'm going to get in trouble. Bye. And he left. And you're like, okay, well, thanks for the information. I guess bye. And then, what do you remember from there, Andrew?
From there, we're like, okay, well, we got to figure out how to get in there and retrieve them. So we talked to Ashra?
Close.
And I agreed to give her one unconditional favor in exchange for access through her gate.
Do you remember what that favor was?
Nope, she didn't mention.
I did.
But it did take the form of a necklace.
It was mentioned, but you are correct about the necklace. It was mentioned that you would at least spread word of her outside of the Elder Grove.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And she had said something along the lines of, it's important because your character specifically recognized it because of a good religious role, that you identified her as very similar in deific power to Talos.
Yes. And
she took a very strong interest with you, gave you some knowledge that I think you're already aware, which is Talos isn't necessarily all there.
Yep.
And there's a reason for that. But she expressed great interest in wanting to help you and your party. But continue from there.
Afterwards, we needed to secure access through the first of the 2 gates, which has to do something with the queen. Mm-hmm. So we requested an audience. Well, I say queen. As far as I'm aware, this is an oligarchy.
Yeah, it's an oligarchy that has basically a seat of power.
So what you're saying is it's more of a confederacy.
Yeah, actually, I think that'd be more apt. Yeah, there are massive...
They have a central governing body, but it has little power over the individual states.
Yeah, they have a strong enough military to go toe-to-toe with either one of the big... There aren't companies necessarily, just other entities of the Elven Kingdom. So it's one of those mutual things where they've just agreed that it's good to have a diplomatic leader so they don't deal with political shit. So
essentially, their central governing body is an arbiter.
Yeah. And then from there,
in either case, we requested an audience, and for some reason was just granted one. So we were on. You were granted one,
because there was basically layered cities, right? There's caste system here a little bit. Past the first gate, you were told to go meet up with I believe an older woman or something, and she basically was able to get you into the first. And then after that, you had found Azragoth.
I think you misunderstood me.
Mm-hmm.
When I said the first of the 2 gates, I'm talking to the ley line. We're way past that part.
No.
We were
You
on
had just
where we were on
you
the
were-
way to the palace to talk to the quote-unquote queen.
Yes, you're on the way to talk to the queen about getting past the first gate of the way line.
Yes.
Yeah. When I'm saying gate, I mean a physical wall, not a whatever the hell the ley line has for gates in front of it.
Yep.
So yeah, so you had met Azragoth, and then there was a little tizzy that only Hamari was aware of until you all realized later on that you had been mentally accosted or manipulated to believe that you were having a great evening with Azragoth and that everything was fine. Hamari was suspiciously quiet, which was great. All while Hamari was getting the shit kicked out of her when Azragoth recognized who she was, and the rest of you all basically were just sitting there around a table, dumbfounded.
I thought we were at a stage dumbfounded.
There was a stage at this place. It was like a singing hall. So you're not wrong. And you had walked in on Azragoth performing a song that I had played via audio.
Mm-hmm.
And Azragoth basically, Hamari had extended an olive branch to Azragoth, showing that no, really, I'm on your side. Convinced him, not just with lies or falsehoods, but with him digging into her actual memory and seeing that she's being honest. So
you tend to do that every once in a while.
So yeah, Azragoth basically was like, oh, okay. So he gave you a code phrase to give to Irakora and said that he would give you the audience you seek with the queen in exchange for Hamari's service, which Hamari agreed to. That
happened the day before. Oh, not the day before. That happened a week before? That had nothing to do with our party being kidnapped or earlier in the morning.
No, it had nothing. No, I wasn't even mentioning having anything to do with being kidnapped.
I had no idea we wanted an audience with the queen beforehand.
I'm looking through.
Azragoth had asked us to stick around for some reason, so we were sticking around for some reason.
Hang on, I want to read through these notes verbatim, because you're right, it was a session before. Beryl mentioned that there are way lines, something to do with the gods. Lines are prophetic here in the forest. Yuka got a new staff for the traveler. Liam conversed with a shopkeep about buying his focus, found out about an area of the west where he could get a cheap diamond dust. Lehman has a way into High City of Aquapress. I can never pronounce it. A very old woman named Katara. So you guys had gotten in there, and so how you got beyond the next gate, I think, was Admiral. Tamaria has to wake up to her shouting in his face. She agrees to bring them to the upper city and having us be her +1 for the upper library. Turns out the old lady was another avatar of the forest deity. Found the college campus where Azragoth is teaching. We sent him a message and a code phrase to him because Hamari was searching for him. Party tries to bribe the clerk and get a message out to Azragoth as soon as possible. Party watches a play by Azragoth, tells a story about how he fell in love with someone and wants to stay here rather than go back to his old life. Azragoth gets into a psychic brawl with Hamari while distracting Liam and Yuka, and Hamari gets across her intentions and her sincerity via mind reading. Azragoth agrees to help.
I like that ... reading.
Yeah. Gives us responding code phrase, Irakora. Darling, the key was never in place. You may leave whenever you want, or whenever you like. As Daddy gave us the company card to cover expenses, Hamari quickly abuses that privilege. Hamari gets 2 bottles of the best wine in the universe, shares them with Yuka in a spa night. Arilla is going over books and making notes. Sai is going over several books in Yuka's room. Liam is contemplating the concept of free will eating a Diz nuts. What the fuck is that? Who wrote that?
Well, eating these nuts.
Okay, so this is when the party leaves, and this is leading up to that. So Arilla leaves on track with Brookside, with a task for Brookside. Hamari abuses the staff a bit while indulging in the finer things. Yuka and Cyrus have gone missing. Liam and the other staff
Do know the
steer.
reason that we stuck around was because Azragoth asked us to stick around. I do not know why.
Yeah, Hamari psychologically and physically scars the hotel concierge after he was so rude to her. Hamari and Liam gather up Yuka and Cyrus' stuff and head out to find Az-Daddy. He's currently away. We set up to the Church of Azra, and Liam tries to call out to her. Have to get permission from the Queen. We have to get an audience with her. If Liam will carry her holy symbol out of the forest and have Liam promise to grant her a future boon. Hamari is frustrated with all the magical business going on. Liam got rounded square pendant from the magical tree. We went to the castle and talked our way in to help Atra's influence. So that was so I'm trying to remember how that happened, but I believe
I was never informed of this.
Never informed of what?
That it was Ashra's influence that granted us access to the Citadel.
Yeah, it was written in the game notes by someone, so I imagine it was hinted at and someone picked up on that. Mari went to the length about herself and her culture. The halfling's name is Koskwa. He went at the length about the castle and its bits over trivia until he got to the gate. Insert end-game screaming cinematic. Psychedelic consumption advised to comprehend. Good job. Those notes for there are from Yuka and Sai. So let's go over those because they're important. Yeah, so it was Ashra that got you into the second end of the wall where like the nobility is and the castle.
As far as I was aware, in order to get into the ley line, there were 2 gates that needed to be passed.
Yes, and
the ley line, or to the physical ley line itself.
Yes, and for some reason that sightseer is saying that both Cyrith and Yuka bypassed that entirely.
I thought we had confirmed that it was Jurgle that had kidnapped them.
I don't know if you confirmed that, but that is correct.
No, I remember my conversation with Ashra. She did mention that Jurgle did so.
Okay.
She was tracking him and noticed that that morning he had kidnapped those 2 and brought them to the ley line.
Yeah, it's here in my notes. You're correct. Mentioned that their Jurgle is suspicious. Is around and informs party of his unknown nature. Yeah. Okay. So, and then the last scene was basically you guys walking into the throne room when Liam, you got a kind of a mental tickle of like sort of Talos like calling out.
Yep.
Said Yuka did?
No, this is Liam.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I heard Yuka, but I like.
But all right. So to start off with, we currently have Liam, Hamari, and that's it. That's just the 2 of you going into the castle.
Party, everyone.
This is going to go well.
And you were followed, or you're following, look for his name. Yeah, the gnome, the Castellan gnome, his name is Koska. And yeah, so we see this, think of any Lord of the Rings fucking elven infrastructure, pretty generic. Large pillars on either side. There's a small mass of diplomatic embassies here from what appears to be some of the leaning powers of this oligarchy / confederacy, whatever. And there appears to be some small get-together going on. You can see that the throne is empty at the moment, and that there is a you see Azragoth actually standing nearish to the throne, but talking with some other ignobled elf who's wearing like seam lines of like thin, like it looks like gilded straw, like an entire dress of gilded straw. So the Koska leads Liam and Hamari up to the throne, and Azrael takes notice and waves the both of you over, and then waves away Koska. Koska looks at you, Hamari, and says, "I look forward to sharing the culture more with you later. I appreciate what you shared with me," and then he skedaddles away.
Okay.
Always happy to share in a cultural exchange.
Yep. So
Hamari's head's basically just to prove that hers is better.
right, it's always about ego. So yeah, you walk over to Azragoth, and Azragoth says, Sea Runner, it is good to see you in good health.
Mm,
Hamari, likewise.
I frown at this. Mm.
I suppose it's like a higher class social interaction type thing.
Yeah, currently appears to be. Azragoth tilts his head towards you, Liam, and says, why the frown?
You know damn well why the frown.
You're concerned about the mind-altering spell that I cast upon you and your friends?
You violated my mind both without permission and without provocation. Familiar with the gentleman you may be, but our creed you are not.
My deepest apologies. If you had any inkling who Hamari was, which I suppose you don't, you might have understood my reasoning. Though, I'm sure it's not the first time you've been attacked with spells that were not of your own choice. I'm sorry that it had to come to that. If there's anything I can do to alleviate that barrier between us, please do let me know, Sea Runner.
Would be nice to have some context as to why.
He gestures to Hamari.
Hamari just slowly turns her head and looks at Liam.
If all you desired was privacy, you could have simply asked. And I don't remember
why I'm untrustworthy.
I don't remember donning my full plate. Were I there to do harm to you, definitely would have been wearing that.
Hard to say. Let me ask you this, Sea Runner. He opens his arms up and kind of shows himself. He's currently wearing this white Megalia robe with small golden inlay, small cyan kind of gems kind of adored upon it with some type of pretty simple tunic on the inside. He has platinum hair, almost white eyes. He's got the sclera is white, but his eyes are actual white. He looks at you, says, with perceived threat, how much perceived threat do you believe I am? 0 to 10.
It's not about you, lad.
You missed the point. Please.
Cast the spell on me.
Please answer the question. What perceived threat am I? 0 to 10. He looks at Hamari. Hamari's
Hamari's kind of eyeing an hors d'oeuvre tray, ooh, look at that.
Unfortunately, Hamari knows exactly who I am.
Oh no, I don't blame you at all for what you did.
Yeah.
Be happy we were.
Appearances can be deceiving, Sea Runner.
Oh, I'm well aware. I'm well aware of your potential, lad.
Like I said.
So what threat would I pose to you then?
I don't know your capabilities. You're with Hamari. I'm certain Hamari hasn't said much of anything.
If I could interject that she's eating something, I have no idea what this is, but it's kind of guilty by association type of thing.
The act of casting that spell upon me and violating my mind was indeed not unprovoked.
A lot of people in my company are automatically assumed to be I don't know, ne'er-do-well means a little.
My eyes are still locked on Azragoth. I'm waiting for an answer from him.
Repeat your question one more time.
So what you're saying is, the reasoning as to why you cast the spell on me and violated my mind was indeed not unprovoked.
Provoked. Correct.
It's more of a security precaution.
You actively perceived me as a threat.
Actually, it's more Hamari. Hamari, as simple as she may look sometimes, is an absolute brilliant assassin.
So, if I was not a threat to you, then why cast a spell on me?
I don't know the capabilities of Hamari's friends.
So
I know her capability.
As a threat.
You are arguing over semantics, Sea Runner. Listen, it is unimportant.
Matter to me in my culture, a culture that you seem familiar with, but clearly are not.
There is a lot of things in this world that you may not be totally privy to, and I have realized that I have been wrong before. So I'm paranoid, and I have already multiple times apologized and offered to fix that barrier. Wish to take it or not.
You just did, lad.
Right. Anyway, I assume you are here for Nazragona.
Aye.
She'll be in shortly. Hamari.
Mm-hmm. What are these things? Just kind of sweet and kind of tangy at the same time.
It's simply a local cracker with particular saltwater fish.
She takes she stops to look a little weird. She grabs 3-4 more. Wow, you're really fucking good.
I'm alright.
Oh, sorry, I don't very much get good food these days.
Does the palace not feed you well anymore?
I try to indulge in when I can. When I'm on the road with my compatriots, it's not always fine dining and wine.
He tilts his head. Understandable. By the way, both of you can check inspiration.
I do that.
Or, on your XP tracker sheet on the very far right, there should be XP and inspiration. If you're currently at...
sheet.
Actually, I think you're at max.
Do you want me to give this to Mari?
You can give it to... I mean, you're translating over, so if you want, you can give it to the other character. You do have full inspiration, Andrew, so remember that you can basically roll at advantage, or... actually, no, you don't. You never updated it. You now are at max. But the XP sheet, I will send you a link to. You should have had it, but it's been a while, so...
No, it's somewhere. I just forgot where.
I believe it's all the way... Yeah, it's all the way at the top in the Shadowhearts resources. XP short/long-term goals sheet.
World notes, facts all characters know about the world, gods and deities.
No. Discord. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Shadowhearts,
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah, and it'll be on the Liam tab on the bottom of the spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
All right. Anyway.
Something about where's the inspiration counter?
Far right, under the tab Liam at the very bottom of the page. There's multiple tabs.
There we go.
Rules.
Right. Oops.
Okay, just a reminder about the inspiration. One charge gives you advantage or disadvantage on a roll. That advantage can be given to another person. A disadvantage can be given to another creature, obviously, as well. 3 charges lets you auto pass or auto fail 1d20 roll, and that's all sequential rolls with it. So if it was to discover the hidden meaning of this castle, you would then be assumed that you got a crit and you have extensive knowledge of this castle. Expend 4 charges to max out all rolls related to one action, that being attack, damage, skill, and saving throw. Check may also be used to reduce creatures' attack, damage, skills, or saving throws to a natural 1. In combat, that applies to one whole round. So a whole round, you just have all crit, or the enemy has all crit fail, if you expend all 4 charges. All right. What was I going to say? Azergoth gestures for the two of you to walk behind the throne into kind of a small little there's basically this round corner in this room where there's like this like cushioned seats that are flat backed, and they surround a small what looks like could be a fire pit at some point, but it's currently cleaned out. Yeah, so Azergoth sits down, gestures for the two of you to do as well. Ezra Gordon will join us shortly. I need to ask, how did your friends get down into the way line?
Jurgle, apparently.
The elemental? Interesting.
He entered the Elven lands and was apparently tracking us. Miss Ashra's been tracking him since his entry.
And that's how I learned of it.
This morning, he kidnapped both of them and took them deep within the ley line.
Ashra wouldn't tell me who it was. They just said that there were 2 individuals connected with you two in the ley lines. She's very vague at times.
Yeah, a little fickle, that one.
I can still sense they're down there, but only because Ashra keeps me informed.
I doubt I stand a chance against a creature such as Jurgle, but I'll be damned if I let anyone kidnap me crew and get away with it, without me telling them what for.
Mindful. Talos, Ashra, and Jurgle all share a similar link. I think they're more on your side than you think. At this moment, there is a small door opening, a small goofy like music that plays. Nezragoda comes out. There's this little hoo-ha about her being there. She talks to a couple people and then excuses herself and walks over to the table. She doesn't sit down, she just stands at the front of the table and says,
like back where we are?
Yes.
Okay.
She's wearing this really simplistic filigreed dress that has some nice patterns on it with a kind of purple wooden crown with some type of opal in it. She has
stand up when she enters.
What do you do to preside over her? Do you bow? Do you kneel? What do you do?
Not kneeling. No. This is more just courtesy as someone enters the room, more like I recognize that you are here.
Okay.
She'll stand,
Liam,
give a little nod.
Liam, do you do anything particularly, or just stay sitting down?
Nothing special. I nod to acknowledge your presence.
Okay. She looks to Amari, smiles, looks to Liam, smiles, and then says, Lover, who are your friends? And Azragoth gestures and says, these are the two that Nezragona spoke about. And her face darkens a little bit.
Nezragona? Wait, is he talking to Nezragona?
Shit, sorry. Ashera. God damn it.
Gotcha.
These are the ones Ashera spoke about. So Nezragona's face darkens, and she says, and pray tell, how did your friends, and Azragoth interrupts slightly, says, Jurgle. And Nezragona nods and says, all right. That particular place is incredibly dangerous and ancient. What reason do you believe that Jurgle would take your friends down? What relation is it to you two? She looks to Amari and Liam.
I am mostly along for the ride for my own particular reasons. Why I am connected to all this is kind of a bit of a mystery to me, and also rather frustrating.
I appreciate your candor and honesty. You, sir. She gestures to you, Liam.
Crew members. If something happens to them, I'm obligated to do something about it.
Yes, we both have our own sense of duty to retrieve them.
Retrieve them, but you don't know why they're down there. Why Jurgle specifically took them down there.
No idea.
Until about a month ago, I didn't even know half this crap existed.
She raised an eyebrow. Care to elaborate?
Yes.
Our people don't get out very much.
She squints at you and looks and says, Lover, is this? And then it's like he's letting her think about it. You're the assassin.
I wear many hats.
And seeing as you're still breathing, I assume Azragoth doesn't see you as a threat. So I will assume he sees you as a friend. And she extends her hand to you.
Friend might be stretching it, but I'll go with tolerated. Hamari will stretch her hand out as well.
She shakes it and then presents it to you as well, Liam.
They shake her hand.
She backs up slightly and says, so I can bring you down into the way lines, but it is very unprecedented, and the last time this was attempted was to quell a particular disturbance we noticed about a year or so ago, and it took one of my royal guards. So are you ready to venture down?
Pray tell, what is this it you speak of?
People call it the way lines. It is... Are you familiar with what liminal space is?
Aye, something dimensional, something or other.
You got one of those words correct. Something. It's planar, Sea Runner. Many planar, very close connections, all overlapping. It's part of what gives us power here in the Elder Grove, and what some special trees feed off of. The entrance is guarded here, as it is our life's blood, and that gate will not open to anyone other than me currently, and the past rulers. So it's very interesting that your friends and this Jurgle were able to even get down there. You have very strong friends.
I hardly know the creature.
He knows you, or at least your friend.
What kind of friend kidnaps another's crew?
That is why I believe we should make haste. I will call for my guards, as well as myself. I will, as I believe you Easterners would say, kit yourself out, and I will meet you there.
Aye, ready for battle then.
You should expect many things, not just physical combat.
Right then.
So, she says, as much as I'd like to invite you to the party, this is kind of pressing. I am going to have my royal guards escort you to the gate, and I will follow you shortly. Lover, please make sure that you don't approach the gate. You know what happened last time. He nods. Nezragona bow, or doesn't bow, but she gives you a greeting or a farewell for the moment, and then heads back into her chambers where she originally came from. Amari is continuing to eat everything. Liam, do you partake anything while you're waiting for the guards to kind of scoop you guys away?
I'll probably be readying my gear.
Yeah. So
fish. It's got this sauce. It's just
I've eaten much bounty of the sea. I doubt it's something I haven't tasted before.
Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me.
Yes.
Roll roll me a d20 on a 10 or higher. You've definitely had this before.
Well, it's not just a matter of eating this particular fish.
In the text box.
Hey, it's got instructions for me.
Okay. Yeah, you've had this before. It is literally like, back in your flotilla, these used to be considered to be the lower rung of like large swimtails. And it's all right. They kind of prepared it weird. It's got like a weird funky aftertaste that you're not quite familiar with.
He just doesn't have a sophisticated enough palate to appreciate the finer dining experience.
Common swimtail. Prepared a little differently, I will admit.
Yeah, you can say whether or not you like it or don't.
It's food.
Yeah.
It's really
So
food.
the Royal Guard come to get you, and they guide you back through the procession. You notice, Hermari, you particularly notice that you're getting eyes from a lot of the wealthier folks around you who seem to think this is quite
We
odd.
just had a private audience with some rather higher up people, and they have no idea who the hell we are.
Yep, never seen you before.
Oh,
And now you're being escorted out by four. You're being escorted out by 4 Royal Guards.
And then you meet Mace's nice mechanic lady, who I'm sure is surprised when she has to source spare parts for an experimental Exo-2 strike wyvern with high-tech railguns. Who the fuck is this new guy?
What? I'm assuming that was a reference.
It was a reference.
Okay. So the guards lead you out to this. It's a very benign path into like a hillside. And there's kind of, once you get around the hillside, there's this kind of like in Halo where Cortana makes the obvious, claim, oh, this appears to be, not natural, this giant fucking ravine. You kind of see that to a lesser degree. It's not as gigantic, but it's like a very unworn path. Grasses, wildflowers, kind of adorn. There's like a slight dirt path that's very visible, barely visible. And when you get out there, you see Nesragona in a slightly more, like, it's almost like leather armor, but it's a little bit more, it's like bleached white. It has like fancy adornments. You can tell that there's some magical bullshit going on with it. And she's on top of a horse that is a brown war horse that is also adorned similar to her. And you see a, fairly large, like what would be a normal palisade gate. And she, as you approach, she says, I'm going to assume you two are ready.
I readjust my full plate a bit. Aye, ready to go.
Mari pops a little hors d'oeuvre in her mouth, like, yep.
My God, Dragonborn, are you still eating?
She licks her fingers. Yep. So what crazy ass place we're going to now?
Did you not hear me before? Liminal
Yeah, sort of.
space.
Yeah, I don't understand any of those words, so.
You know how you get through a mirror? You're familiar with what a mirror is, correct?
Yes.
Imagine if the face on the other side started making faces back at you.
Ah, he smashed the mirror.
Please don't do that.
They both, Nesragona and Liam, both say that in tandem. So there are now 8 row guards there, and there's a very weird looking creature. Is probably the only thing I could describe this. It's this kind of tallish, lanky, about elf size, covered in very strange wood. You occasionally see skin, and it's mottled with like purple and blue veins. And it has a very large headdress of like a wreath that has small charms hanging down from it. It kind of looks like a Dark Souls enemy, and it just stands there stock still. And Nesragona looks to her, pulls off her glove, and holds it out to this creature. And the creature reaches out its hand very mechanically, grips onto Nesragona's hand, and then with her other hand digs what you can only describe as a nail into her palm until you can see blood. And she scoops up with her elongated fingernails like a cup, and then goes over slowly, very slowly, to this gate, where then she puts it in a small bowl that looks like it was prepared at the gate, and this creature starts performing this weird ritual, and then sets the entire bowl on fire. And at first it's just fire, and then it turns to green flame, and then burns out. Then all of a sudden you feel a very strong, like something moving underneath your feet, and then the gate starts to move up. Nezdragona looks back, he says, "Do not go ahead. The Dryad will protect us."
Acknowledged.
So you are flanked by 4 on either side guards this creature in front, and Nezdragona in front of you, and the 2 of you walking behind her. And they get to the second gate, and the Dryad reaches out and puts her palm on it. And then it also, you feel that ground shifting, and then it starts to go up, and it starts to shuffle exceedingly slowly down into this dark space. This goes on for a while. Occasionally it's just cave walls, sometimes it's dirt walls, sometimes it opens up into extremely expansive space only to close back down into a cave entrance again, or a cave network, and they're going very slow. Anyone here want to make a Arcana check to maybe see if you want to poke around in the sphere around you?
No, Himari has learned not to poke at things she doesn't understand in this world.
Well, I wouldn't let you roll anyway, but Liam, would you like to roll an Arcana check?
Would you like to roll? Well, maybe. Well, you can't.
You said no?
No.
Okay, good call. Yeah, so you continue on this path. We get this scene where basically it's this kind of Fellowship of the Ring style of just like camera angles, watching this procession go deeper and deeper down. It seems endless at times. Occasionally, the Dryad in front of you stops, does something, and the space either changes around you or nothing changes at all. Like sometimes it'll be you walk into a dead end, the Dryad does something, and and it just like opens up, and it's just back to the cave again. And this goes on for what seems like an hour. And do any of you say anything or do anything?
I'm sure the elves know what they're doing.
Amari, this is probably freaking you out.
Himari's just wondering, well, how, if we needed this whole hoopla to get down here, how the fuck did Sai and Yuka get down here?
As Fiona speaks back, I would like to know that as well.
Well, no, she's just kind of thinking that in her head, unless she's thinking in
gotcha.
her head.
Okay. Yeah, so we see a camera shot of, it's deposed as this like Fellowship of the Ring kind of like style of camera work being done. There's these scenes, these frames being cut into the video showing like Sai and Yuka with this staticky, like it's almost like a TV static, but it's like moving in front of them, and it continues on this path. We're seeing it like interdispersed as you guys arrive in one area, like we see Yuka and Sai walk through that area. And then we get these scenes where we see the 2 of them like walking into a circle. And then we see another cut of them being in the air with their veins like splitting open from weird forces. And we see them screaming. We see strange, this huge like sea of bones around them, like culminating in waves and crashing against the ground. And then we get a scene where the Dryad stops and points forward, and Nezdragona says, "We appear to have found your friends. They might not be alive."
The hell
The
did
Dryad,
you do to them?
I don't know. The Dryad is commanding you to go forward.
All right, so be it.
You see in the distance, vaguely, like we're talking 300 feet, there is 2 figures laying on the ground in this huge room on the left and right, which just is like full of bones. Like you look up, it's black. You look left and right, it's black. But outside of the little cave walk you're walking on, there's a sea of bones.
See, they got a macabre thing going on here.
Doesn't surprise me considering Jurgle's nature.
Any of you run? Because your friends are, well, Amari, they're not your friends, but your compatriots are laying on the ground like 300 feet away. Do any of you run?
Well, Himari just suddenly realized that she probably should have asked about Jurgle. She doesn't know who he is.
You mentioned that to Liam?
No, it's not the time for explaining and going over, the Wikipedia article.
Yeah, so Either of you run.
So are we allowed to run there? Are we walking there? Keep the pace?
I'm
assuming you're asking Nesragona.
I'm asking Nesragona.
Yeah, she says you may run. If anything, you ought to be quick.
Aye, right then.
All right, well, draw the rapier, draw my mysterious pistol, because why not?
Yeah.
I would say sprint, but jog.
Okay. There is this moment for Yuka that you feel your head swimming, a lot of pain, heavy exhaustion. You remember a phrase left behind by who you now know was Jurgle, basically saying you will meet again, and he appreciates all of your help. And his words are in many voices, yet none. Your mind feels like fragments. There's pieces of your past, Azalis, Yuka. There's small hitting memories that are coming back to you from Isra. Some of the time you spent with her and kind of more of the stuff that she went through with her that was kind of hidden from you. And in all these memories flooding into you causing a massive headache, does Himari or Liam call out to Sai and Yuka?
Himari will be running towards Yuka. She's being very vigilant against anything on the perimeter. I don't think shouting is going to help anything other than just giving away our position.
Right, Liam, what about you?
When I get within shouting range, sure.
Okay, we'll say 100 feet. So at some point, Yuka, there's a swimming mass of throbbing pain and red vision, and you hear a familiar voice. You hear Liam. It's distant. You see him on a ship in a very rocky sea, and then you see him plunging a sword straight through Forvo's heart multiple times, and then him back on the ship, plugging a hole into the sinking ship that he is standing on, and looking out to the storm. And again, interdisposed with Forvo's body, before finally you open your eyes and you see Liam like in front of your face. You have 5 levels of exhaustion. You're at 1 HP, and you have all rolls are a disadvantage, and your move speed is 5 feet.
Gut reaction. Yuka reaches her arms up toward Liam as if to try to choke him.
Do you wish to roll a attack?
You know what? Why not?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage. It's with an unarmed. So roll your d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency bonus. And Liam, what's your AC?
Yes.
Okay, you need to hit a yes.
Class 21.
Can we skip the roll?
Okay.
My strength is -2.
Yeah.
I feel like even
There's
if
a
I
chance.
fucking rolled, there's a chance.
If you roll a 20, or your proficiency bonus is like 4, isn't it? What's it? So there's a chance.
Oh, okay. So proficiency bonus is 5. Okay. So.
Okay. So you're rolling at a plus 3. So one slash R 1d20
R space
sorry.
1d20.
Yeah.
R slash
plus 3. Yeah. R slash. Or sorry, slash. Damn it, slash R.
Okay.
And do the plus 3, and then hit the up arrow key and do it again. Okay. Neither of those hit. Yes.
Okay.
Liam, can you roll me an insight check?
I imagine
DC8.
in the meantime,
Go
Yuka's just kind of like reaching her arms up weakly towards Liam, just.
Liam, you're pretty sure that Azalis was trying to grab your neck, but you're not really sure why.
I have no idea what he just put you through. But clearly you're not in your right mind.
Amari, you reach Sai's body. It seems lifeless.
Ah, what a shame.
Liam looks over. How's Sai? He's dead. Let's go.
Dig.
I know, grab his carcass. We gotta bury that.
I think we have to cremate that. I don't know if you want to bury that.
Yeah, so
Did find his own paper?
I can't carry him.
say that again, Yuka.
Oh, this out of character. Did Sai sign his own like scroll or paper or whatever it was?
You'll have to ask him that. I think it's like a pyramid scheme. He signed somebody else's.
Oh.
All right.
Um,
All right. Well,
Can you carry Yuka?
Liam, I can't carry dead weight that quickly. Especially something like I can at least help Yuka up and stumble forward.
you can fireman carry her. It takes a lot of effort to get off the ground, though.
In all honesty, I imagine that Yuka is fairly thin, having been like a tree hugging hippie, quote unquote vegan, living off the land for her entire childhood.
Yeah, that's how I've
And
envisioned her as
I
pretty
imagine
lanky.
the wood elves being shorter than like the high elves and like the other elven
Yes.
cultures.
They
Oh, yeah.
are like 5 foot tall, where like regular elves are 6 and fucking high elves are like 6'8".
Like, yes, we're medium creatures, but like, I imagine I would be small enough for like a relatively small and like not strong dragon to carry.
Yes.
My strength
So
is
I believe.
10.
Yeah, you should be fine. It's rough, but she's able to walk, sort of.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Then I'll hit
All right.
this up. What does Sai look
See-
like?
Same thing, exact same thing as Azalus. Can you give me a? You notice something particularly interesting? Can you give me a religion check? You're looking for a DC. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 18.
Okay.
Okay, you. I won't apply the factor rule to that negative, but you notice nothing. You're focused on Sai. Are you giving a medicine check to like see him over? Or you just like, does he look bad, or you just go sling him over your shoulder?
Does he look bad?
Do you want to do a medicine check, or you just want a quick overview?
Sure.
Okay, you're looking at a DC 8.
Okay, I got a 9.
Okay, no factors, but yeah, he's not dead. He's still breathing. It's shallow, but he looks as bad as Yuka. Very thin line, like paper cuts, almost all over his exposed body. Even you can even notice like underneath his robes too. Like they're underneath his clothes. These hairline cuts are everywhere, and you see small pooled blood kind of caked onto some of his robes. You see that at some point he must have been frothing at the mouth. His clothes have damaged them as well, but it appears to be the same thin little cuts. But yeah, he's still breathing. He is probably very close to death.
Should just end his suffering now.
No.
Ben, can I like look around the scene and try to get an idea of any clue of what the hell is going on here?
Being you're not magically inclined, give me a investigation check at disadvantage. You're looking for a DC. I'll say your character is going to be able to get a rough idea at a DC 18. If you can give me a 22, I might give you a bit more insight.
I mean,
If you're looking for an 18,
I just got 3 inspiration total.
you can negate it, or you could spend it all.
I feel like it's kind of important to figure out what the hell's going on right now.
So you want to just auto crit this roll.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, you dump all 3 inspiration. You go to like help Azalus up, and Azalus, you're like, okay, good, I can
Azalus.
leave. And sorry, Yuka.
Thank you. Who the hell are you? Fuck.
It's her old name, but I don't know why it hung in my mind. Anyway, you gotta pick up Yuka. Yuka, you're like, oh, good, I get to leave. And then Hamari just kind of stops and is like spinning around, like slowly. Hamari, you're taking in the scene. You look out at this bone precipice and you notice thousands of, tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of bones. You notice that some skulls are massive, ones you've never seen before. You've only heard of massive sea creatures in the water. Some are tiny. You maybe identify like some canid skulls, some lizard skulls, and body parts, as well as like human, elf, dragonborn, and even specifically a skeletal remains of a dragon, and the whole area is accosted with this death. And when you go to look at the ground, at this point, Liam, were you picking up sign, just like shouldering him, or like fireman's carry or whatever?
If there are no serious wounds that need binding, yeah, I'll just throw him over my shoulder.
No, he's stable, which is weird. Yeah, so we see at this point, Liam is like trying to get Sai up onto his shoulder, and you're looking around. You see at the floor, which you might have missed if you didn't actually know, like, go to look for it. There's like indents into the dirt here, like perfect soft indents, like a footprint on a dirt road that is not wet. It's so imperceptible, but you look and you see it, and it's got all of these weird symbols everywhere, and it's ringed like 4 times. You can see that there were these things that led up to the center. You see where Yuka and Sai's bodies are it's like a circle separated from either side, and in the center is another circle. And Yuka, you're like kind of delirious, and at some point Hamari's like walking back towards the circle in the center. You wouldn't know you kind of mentally remember where the center of the circle was from the torment you went through. At this point, Liam's like hucked Sai into the shoulder and turned around. At this point, Liam, you turn around and see Hamari staring at the center, or staring at like the ground. And Hamari, you notice on the ground is you almost missed it. It's a symbol that's buried in the ground, like a necklace.
Like it's a physical necklace, not just like a carving of like a shape.
Yeah.
Like
yep.
Hamari's going to use her like a dagger to kind of like pick it up.
Yeah. So you kneel down, holding.
Here, lass.
Nothing we're doing is a good idea anymore.
Yep. So you go to pick it up. As you like bring it up, you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. You don't recognize the symbol. Liam, you recognize the symbol. That is Sai's. That is Sai's necklace that you've seen rarely. He has a Kalimvor symbol that he wears on his clothes and everything like that, but occasionally you've seen him at the campfire, like, reach in and pull out something and, like, look at it, and you know it's his necklace. He doesn't usually wear it on his neck, but he's got it tucked in his clothing somewhere. That's his, and it looks scorched.
Must have fallen out of his pocket. Take it with.
Or it's
Yeah, so Hamari,
offering.
again, not knowing magic.
Or perhaps just leave it.
Oh yeah, because I'm just going to leave stuff alone. Yeah. Hamari's going to get like one. She's got an empty pouch. She's going to just, with dagger, try not to touch necklace, put it in pouch.
Yeah, you could do that easy. But yeah, you not knowing magic, with what little you understand, some type of ritual went on here. It's clear that these two were involved. You're judging by the amount of damage that they received, that either Yuka and Sai willingly were doing this ritual or they were held against their will. It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. This is why we don't make pacts with deities.
Looks over at fucking Liam.
Probably didn't even hear that.
Yep. So you two start hobbling your way back to the procession. You make it
you
back.
Still with us, Yuka? You all here?
Yuka, roll me a Constitution saving throw. You're looking for a DC 16 or you're going to pass out. You should be able to go on your character sheet, click on Con Save, and it should auto-roll.
Hey.
Fucking natural 20.
The only nat 20 this whole campaign.
You can recover from one of your exhaustions. You're at 4 exhaustion now.
Let me write that down.
And a matter of fact, you're at 2 hit points instead of 1. Somehow, through all of that, and maybe, I don't know, you tell me, how does Yuka come back from the precipice of death, being stabilized by magical means, and then somehow finding a second wind after all of that?
I barely consider 2 hit points being a second wind. However,
It is double what you currently have, and you recovered from exhaustion.
2 is double of 1.
I mean, mostly dead is still slightly alive.
Fair enough. Your friend is only mostly dead. There's a difference between mostly dead and all dead.
Anyway.
Okay. I was speaking with, like, Jurgle while I was in my little trance, psychedelic torture psycho room, right?
Slightly. You do remember vague bits and hints, and I say since you rolled this, some of your memories starting to pull back. At some point, you remember being in the Wayline. You remember talking with an entity that looked similar to Hisra. You remember discovering 2 particular entities in there that seemed familiar to you. You remember Turtle not speaking, and then after the ritual speaking, some of the memories are a bit garbled. But before you passed out and when you and both Sai hit the ground, like I had mentioned, Jurgle had said that, he appreciates your help and you will, see him again at some point.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember if he said it was Jurgle who had like said that or like made me feel that, but that's what I was going to play off of. So
it was this
I
first
imagine
time speaking, and he sounded like 1,000 voices speaking at once.
Yeah. So I imagine that like those words are like just now hitting Yuka and like kind of somehow gave her a little breath of life from Mother Nature to want to continue on instead of just laying back down and giving up and dying.
I want to ask you, being in the cult that your character was in when they were younger, and then being sequestered away, never under the influence of Ashra, has Ashra, the goddess of this kingdom, ever at one point ever reached out to your character?
I'm going to vote no, just because of the way that you explained how like the cult was like worshiping the blood forest type stuff.
Yes. Yep.
But
so I think
feel like
Ashra,
overall the worship of nature, maybe could be perceived as the Ashra reaching out, but at the same time I feel like the worship of nature is just overall nature and not focused on a god.
Yeah. So like some inner strength you have. Cool. So you guys make it back to Nesrogona and the procession.
Here, I was thinking it was going to be something like with the power of friendship that I called out to you and woke up, but it's not. I guess I see where I sit.
Power of booze.
Hey, you're gonna have to try a little harder if you want to hit on Yuka, okay? I'm just saying. She's a little fucking tense.
So Hamar, you're probably trailing just a little bit behind because you're not as strong. From Liam. Liam passes by the Dryad. The Dryad reaches out her arm to stop you and Yuka.
I stop.
No, not you, Liam. You went past her. You might not even know that she's done it because she's quiet.
You were talking to Mari, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get stopped.
And slow, methodical hand reaches her thick, long fingernail-like things reach out in front of you, like she's holding out, and you see her grasping. I think your character's intuitive enough to realize that she's like demanding something from you.
Yeah, I get that.
Or from Yuka.
Yuka. I don't know what else I would have.
Are we going to use our words? Somebody can explain?
Use your big girl words. Come on.
Nesrogona says, she says you took something from here.
Yeah, I picked up one of my compatriots' things he dropped.
She shakes her head. She said it's not his anymore.
Best handed
okay.
back.
So
what was that, Liam?
Best handed to her last.
Does the Dryad want it? Should I just throw it back where we came? What's going on?
Looks like the Dryad wants it.
She's like stock still, not breathing, just holding out her hand.
Okay, I'll get the pouch I put the necklace thing in. Just
whatever
what
it is,
boy.
Whatever it is, I'm sure Sai can find another.
You hand it the whole pouch to her.
I'm just trying to confirm that this is what you want.
Nesrogona says that appears to be what she's looking for. What did you take?
It was a necklace.
A necklace?
Do you want it?
No, I believe the Dryad wants you to give it to her.
Okay. I'm gonna open up the pouch and I'm gonna I'm gonna try to make sure I don't touch the fucking necklace. Just put the necklace in the Dryad's hand. Yeah,
so when it reaches into her hand, it touches her hand, and all of a sudden her hand flinches and drops it, and then she quick action like backs away, and you hear like a hissing noise, and Nesrogona says, "That's not good. We need to leave."
Okay, do you or do you not want it?
The Dryad starts turning and floating, and then moving quickly back the way they originally came.
You can fly?
Nesrogona says, "We need to go now."
Looks like we're moving lost.
Okay. I'm gonna have to roll something here real quick.
See if you pick it up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What is that gonna be? Seems important.
I would say sensible would be leave it behind.
Yeah,
right?
Sensible will leave me behind.
Reckless, indulgent, curious.
Ooh, indulgence is a good word, but I feel like reckless would almost fit.
Yeah, I mean, she does a lot of reckless things anyways.
Yeah, I'd say it's sensible versus reckless. So 2D. I don't know if you set up the trite roll thing, but
The +4 versus -4.
is it +4 reckless?
No,
Oh, okay.
the +4 for sensible. So that's going to be the last one. Do I have to put plus or just 4?
You have the trait roll thing?
Yeah.
Don't put a plus.
Right. Trait -4.
What? Really?
6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Wait, hang on. Did that work right? You rolled an 11 -4. Yeah, it did work right. I just see a plus and a minus in there, so I was like wondering what the fuck's going on.
it's adding -4. Okay. So let's see what we got.
Reckless went out.
Yep.
Did any of those checked, by the way, either by ISP or
No, they're not checked.
none of them are? Okay. Yep. Then never mind. No XP. Or sorry, you get an XP, but no additional thing.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming while everybody's distracted with the occurring of leaving, I'm going to stealthily pick it up, I guess.
Yeah. It's a really easy check, but give me a stealth roll, DC 8. They're definitely not paying attention to you. They've all turned and gone.
27.
And there's a point where the camera shows we need, Nezra goes like, we need to leave, and she turns and starts to gallop slowly, but like within time with her soldiers like running. And Liam's like, well, okay, and then like starts kind of hoofing it too. And there's a point where the camera is focused on the pendant on the ground, and at some point we just see Hamari running, and the camera's like panning back, and we see the spot where the pendant was is just bare. There's nothing there, and Hamari's caught up to Liam, and you all are now running. And weirdly enough, nothing happens.
Of course nothing happens because it's all mysterious hocus pocus crap.
So
For now.
you all arrive outside. The Dryad is nowhere to be seen. Nezra going to ask you, what was that necklace?
It was size.
It was from Cyrus. He'd contemplate it every now and then.
Contemplated it?
Aye.
Are we like outside when we left the creepy place yet?
Yes. The
Okay.
gates are being shut.
Cool.
I see it seldom, but he contemplates it some nights.
Am I the only one
Is it-
concerned about medical attention for our friends?
Right. Your friends are stable. They're not dead.
Negative. They're still alive.
She looks over and sees Yuka's face. She's like, I honestly thought you were dragging a corpse.
That's okay. I feel like a corpse.
Okay.
You have a lot to answer for.
Aye, they're pretty roughed up, but they're still alive.
They will be seen at the castle, and once they are well, or better, we'll have discussions with them. This type of thing can cause major rifts amongst the political nature of our society. So, you do best.
Politics. I'm more worried about their minds.
You do best. Do not bring any of this up. I will make sure that your friends are well taken care of.
Fine.
To show my goodwill, she hops off of her horse. Set your friends on my horse.
I squint at her. Aye, sure.
So Sai is secured down. Azelis is in the saddle, tied in, and then you all walk back to the castle.
Oh, I thought we already were in the castle.
No, this was just right outside the gate.
Gotcha.
Nezra going to ask you, Liam, and you don't know what this necklace is or why it's important to your friend. I have not seen the Dryad walk that way before.
He is a religious type. Killamvor, I think.
Kelemvor. Interesting. Not many we hear those gods around these parts. I don't see why it would matter. Something to think about. I guess when your friend's recovered, we can ask him.
Forewarned.
Anything else?
A fickle one.
Well, I hope he responds well to our hospitality and just informs me and the rest of my inner council what the hell he was doing down there.
I don't think he did it intentionally, if that's what you're asking.
This remains to be seen. But judging by the way they look, I would agree with you.
Judging from the state I found the room in, aye.
You believe your friends were kidnapped?
I do. Things were left that Cyrus would have never left or let be.
Fascinating. That's good to know. Then hopefully this won't require interrogation.
Please don't torture me, Crow.
That was not the initial plan after gathered information from you. But mind you, this type of thing doesn't happen. So you guys arrive back at the castle. There is this party still going on. It's been about 3.5 hours. Liam or Hamari, either of you good at tracking time?
Got history check marked. Does that count?
What is that?
Perception.
Got history and perception.
Insight.
Give both of you give me a perception check. The DC you're looking for is 16.
22.
So it's perception check skill for you?
Yes.
So you have a factor of 2. You remember, I'll just use specific times. You remember going into the cave around 11 a.m. You're positive you spent at least like 5 hours in that place. You came out and it's like 1 o'clock.
Time didn't move at the anticipated speed.
Interesting. That's an angle I did not anticipate.
Yeah, you guys are alone at this moment. So you can have any conversations you like.
Well, personally, I don't think Hamari would want to leave Yuka or Sai, because at the current moment, she believes that they're in kind of a lot of danger, because they do stuff that they don't like, and I don't think it'd be very good to split up, because we might not see them again.
The two of you are in the room adjacent to it's a dead end room, so like people have to get through you to get to them, and it's like a closed off room with no windows. They were treated by a healer. Sai is still out, and the healer is very confused by that. They cast, I believe Revivify is the one that reduces exhaustion.
Revivify or revive somebody who has died within the past minute.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Restoration?
Restoration is what actually heals ability damage.
Well, that's ability damage. I think restoration must just be for exhaustion.
I think it heals 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. They tried casting that spell on both Sai and Yuka, and it failed.
Interesting.
And the healer comes to you and says, I've done all I can. Yuka, you have full HP, but you still have exhaustion 4.
I mean, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oops.
Your speed is now halved. You still have disadvantage, I think, on all checks. Sai is down. The healer tells you that they attempted to cast a spell. It did not work. The healer sent for a spiritualist who then came here from Ashura.
You gonna cure her with good vibes?
Ashura's priest shows up, and that's what you say to her, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Magic could not do very well with the material body. Then maybe what is required is a healing of the soul.
That makes sense to me.
Amari, do you maybe want to roll hate of just people on your passions?
Well, I'm torn between this is just fucking stupid in her mind, and she would like, she would at least like Yuka to be restored.
So is Hamari actually willing to give this fucking bullshit a chance?
What would that be a roll for?
Are your trait rolls?
Yeah.
I think desperate versus let's see. Do we have desperate?
There are only lesser and greater restorations. Greater restoration costs 100 gold.
Yeah, but which one heals exhaustion or both do?
Greater restoration is the only one that heals exhaustion. Lesser restoration heals certain debilitating effects.
Yep, so they try casting greater restoration then.
I don't believe the material is consumed if the spell fails.
They probably have enough of it even if it was, so.
They're rich, they don't care.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what desperate would be.
People.
Do they really not have anything in here that represents desperation? I guess reckless?
Immobile?
Reckless versus...
I think it's going to...
Maybe reckless versus arbitrary? I mean, it could be reckless versus...
Yeah.
I mean, arbitrary or spiritual, I think, makes sense.
Material.
That makes me mark XP.
Spiritual?
Yeah, sure, that'd be pretty straightforward.
All right, material +2, spiritual -8.
Give you some interesting character development.
All right, spiritual is on the right.
Wow.
Wow.
It barely lost. So, make sure you mark XP. What does it look like for Amari? Because, yeah, you fundamentally just go with a quip, but I don't think it's like a full-hearted quip. Yeah, I believe you've fallen into this is nonsense bullshit, but like it's not, your heart's not in it.
It's nonsense bullshit, but it nothing else is freaking working. Maybe set aside her own personal prejudice against religion because it matters more that her friend is healed.
Sure. So do you say anything to the priestess before they walk in? Don't fuck up.
just in the middle of the thing, you just see a knife just slowly come across off camera towards the cheek. Like, don't fuck up.
So
I don't think Amari's not going to be. She's too proud to admit that that's what the reasoning is. She's not going to say that out loud.
okay, that's fair enough. I like that. Yeah, so the priestess goes in, and whether you're watching or not, we see the camera going. She goes over to your bed first, Yuka, and there's this. She's obviously a nature priestess of some sort. You've seen these kind of people before from your past memory. They're usually extremely hoity-toity, fucking stick up the ass kind of like their respect for nature goes into like fart sniffing territory.
That's one
and
way
so-
of putting it.
It's a sommelier. You fart in a glass and you
Oh, my
anyway.
Lord.
So she comes up, and I think she sees your regalia, sees like the leaves in your hair and stuff like that, and says, "Oh, are you also a child of Ashura?"
No, not personally, and not raised as such either.
She reaches out to touch your hand. You pull away.
No, I don't
She-
reach out towards her, but I just let her touch me.
Yeah, so she touches your wrist gently, like with 3 fingers, and she says, "Well, you have Ashura's gift, and you know not of her. That's very fascinating."
Yuka kind of like cocks her head to the side like a confused dog. Her gift.
Your ability to shapeshift. Where do you think that comes from?
Yuka kind of thinks about it for a moment, like tilts her head to the other side. Almost everyone in my tribe could change shapes. All of us that were druids
Who was your
had a
tribe?
true worship on nature. Did we ever come up with a name for the tribe, Ben? I don't know if we did. I thought we just
No.
call it the Blood Forest tribe.
We can definitely call it something not as fucking obscene. I think no matter what, she's gonna know what it is. I think she's gonna know what it is, so it might as well just be, the thing that tried killing the entire universe tribe.
The Ku Klux Klan of
So does Yuka just
the
flat
only
out?
elves that were worthy of living were just the fucking KKK. Anyway, but
So
no,
does
so
Yuka
Yuka
say
would
that?
say her tribe's name, not
Okay,
utilizing the Blood Forest name, but would say her tribe's name. Let's say
so this would be a name that
the
would be.
Windfallen.
So this
The
would be.
Windfallen.
So would this name be connected with the Blood Forest tribe, or would it be more obsequious that it's likely only known within the cult?
I think it would be known that there was a tribe with this name, but I don't think it would necessarily be associated with the Blood Forest outside of maybe like very few people who somehow knew the Sanguinous Woodland. Honestly, I kind of like that.
I mean, what did you say it was? Riverfall?
I said Windfall. Windfallen.
Windfall.
Windfallen is what I said. Yeah.
What is your you're being sincere, correct?
Yes.
What is your persuasion modifier?
2.
Okay, so we're looking at a
2.
17. So, oh yeah, she knows. She takes a moment and she goes from like touching your hand to like removing it slowly, and she puts her hand into her dress and says, "You were all wiped out."
Recently, from my understanding, yes. When I was a child, there were many of us.
How old are you?
Jesus Christ, how old did I say Yuka was?
Fairly young, I remember you saying for an elf.
40s.
Like you're just
No, I
you're
was
just
saying
like
I was
cusp.
like middle-aged, borderline, like old. So I'm 251 because Yuka
okay.
didn't start this until she was older. She didn't feel like breaking apart from her old traditions until she was older.
Okay, and then you think then we're saying that oh right, the Blood Forest. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't bear the mark of that outcasted tribe. Why not?
Did we discuss that like my parents had a mark?
The tribe was pretty well known as exiled. So
They got branded?
They basically would have been branded. So it means you were born after their exile.
Okay, yeah. So I imagine Yuka would respond, as like no, I never received a mark.
She tilts her head. No, that's not possible. How old are you?
Yuka tells the truth to 250 years old, 251.
You would have been young enough to receive that mark. I warn you, going around saying you have an association with tribes like that is not a good way to go about in this society.
Amari's going to chime up. Does that mean you're not going to help her? In a very...
She looks over. I am sworn by oath to help her. I merely should know what I am helping.
Yuka just responds.
Oh, go ahead. I want to hear you respond.
Okay. No, Yuka was just going to have a simple response. I only tell the truth to those who ask. You are only, I think, the second person who has asked.
Roll me a persuasion check. We're going to say it's DC, I think 14. I think she's very mystified by this. It's not too difficult. Remember, you have inspiration,
right?
I
thought I don't have inspiration.
Oh, you don't? Oh, shit, look at that.
No, I do not. I think I used it all last time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did to avoid a lot of those really negative effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she just... She believes you're lying.
No, okay. Well, fuck you, cunt.
So, she lays on hands. And can you give me a wisdom saving throw? You're looking for a DC 16.
I mean, even at disadvantage, I passed. I feel like that's kind of impressive.
Yeah. So you feel like this presence come over you for a moment. It kind of feels benign, kind of oppressive, and unwanted. And you feel whatever this is trying to, like, remove something. And it's coming from this person. And your body, will, or mind resists it. And she looks at you and says, I didn't believe that was possible. How are you so injured?
Injured? Because I imagine at this point you said Yuka has all of her HP back, right? But just has exhaustion.
Yep.
So Yuka's just like injured. What do you mean?
The mage came in here, cast their spells, and I have done the same. Your body will not heal. Not with this injury you suffer from. It's some type of soul burn. Liam, are you there?
Yes.
Like in the room? Can you roll me a, I'll let you get advantage on this. Roll me a religion check at advantage. You need DC 13. Okay. Is religion check? No, it's not check free. That's a 1. So how many factors? 1? Yeah, 1. Literally 1. When she says that Yuka has soul burn, you're immediately like, no, that's some bullshit. People who have soul burn are usually like, you've seen like in your flotilla, people that have received religious scorn from the gods. And it is like, they get stigmatas. They get like afflicted with like blindness. Their hands, like their fingernails are rotted out. Like there's some type of stigma that comes with this. It's usually like when a cleric or somebody of a repute, and you've seen Talos do this kind of back then. Sometimes maybe a part of you feels a little unwarranted sometimes, but like his big thing was like shattering spines, like type of stigmata. And those people typically could not recover from magical or religious means. They had to recover on their own. But Yuka has no stigmata.
And yet she's still suffering the same symptoms.
Yeah. So the cleric there, the priestess, seems confused. And I think with your one factor success, you know that she's confused by this too, because she sees no sign of a stigmata either.
Amari has no idea what's going on.
Yes.
In all honesty, I imagine Yuka is just as confused as the rest of the room.
So,
Liam, do you happen to say anything?
So no spiritual or magical assistance, eh? The good old-fashioned way.
It appears so. Maybe this has something to do with your lying nature. Did you do something to anger Asherah or the gods, young one? Or elder one?
Yuka's just confused. I've never worshipped Ashra, but I don't think I've done anything to anger her.
You've done
directly.
something. It's going to be weeks before you're fully recovered. I'm going to see to your friend. And she walks over Sai's bed, performs the same thing, stays silent. Hamara, give me an insight check. You're looking at DC 13. She's not hiding it well. What?
Insight, I believe, is an expertise skill.
Oh.
So even though I roll a 1, the lowest I can roll is a 10.
Oh, okay. Wow. The lowest you roll is a 20?
Damn.
Goddamn. Anyway, yeah. You notice it right away. Whatever she did, it didn't work. And she's trying to save face. Now, you actually feel so deeply that she's about to spew some bullshit about how this is definitely like whatever is happening is definitely happening. And right on cue, she's like, it appears your friend also seems to have angered the gods. I think I will take my leave.
Yeah, I knew my first instinct that this was bullshit was right. Look, just go.
Excuse you, Red One.
Did I stutter?
I feel like that's almost as bad as calling her Ginger. Listen here, you little Ginger.
So yeah, she
what would intimidation?
Intimidation.
Yeah, okay. It's only a 1. Yeah, I built my character more around social influence, not like brutishness.
I don't believe you.
So yeah, I didn't. Intimidation is only just a 1.
Impressive. Hot tamales.
Well, you've already said you can't do anything, so bye, Felicia.
Are you gonna? Oh, I thought you were gonna intimidate her.
Then I looked at my skill. I was like,
okay, so you're just giving her a Snyder mark.
Yeah.
Whatever's culturally appropriate to you, it probably doesn't land for her. And she flicks her chin up and makes the humph noise and says, I think all of you heathens ought to find some better route in life, as she glides her way out of the room.
Yuka just comments as she's walking away. Well, that's not the first time I've heard that in my life.
We'll find our way, you find yours.
When there's like just a moment and Imari's just gonna come, it's like, am I the only one that just hates all these people here?
No.
So it's not just me, they're all a bunch of assholes.
No, these guys are assholes. You're right.
Okay.
If we had like it,
I was worried there was some cultural influence I was like missing out on, but no, okay. We don't like them.
So it's funny because there'd be like an end credit scene where like there's a blooper reel. It'd be Hamari is just like, is it me or is everyone else here assholes? And Sai is just snickering like because he can't stay quiet in the bed. He's acting. Yeah, so for a while you are sequestered away here. You're given food, bed, shelter.
I would like to discuss the option of Liam's. Like, do we think we have to stay here? Like,
Nesragorn is not gonna allow.
I understand she's gonna want to air quote question Sai and Yuka. And that's what bothers me. But not so much Sai. You can stay here for all I care.
Right. So at some point, Sai does wake. And oddly enough, the first thing he does, and he's like you all are sitting in bed and eating maybe like some elven cheese, which is pretty good. It's like Gouda. There's a point.
Good enough for me.
Hated. His first thing he does is like he reaches his hand up, and you see him cast a spell. Anyone do anything?
Liam, what did he just do?
We'll try to stop him.
Give me an initiative check. Initiative. Sorry, just Liam.
Imari just stabs him. Oh.
Everyone else is affected by the spell to fucking be paralyzed, and it's just a fight between Williams.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the character sheet. There it is, Cyrus. I got roll 20, had to think about that. 1. No, he doesn't. You can restrain Sai. You see him to go like start casting. What do you do? Like to stop him?
I grab his hand and stop him from doing the motion.
Okay, he's like, huh? What? Stop.
We're already in hot water, lad. We don't need to make it worse.
It's just Eagle. You know, the owl.
Oh,
Oh, the familiar that never is here, but is actually here.
It was horribly killed outside of the two gates.
I am aware. We should probably check with the other...
Wait, what?
The powers that be.
Where am I? Who are you? And he like sits up in the bed.
Citadel, lad. Welcome back to the waking world, by the way.
Huh. He like checks all his bandages. Well, that's bizarre.
Durgle did summon to you. Couldn't be healed with magic.
How do you know about him?
Ashra.
Who's Ashra?
Why don't you take a moment and gather your thoughts, lad?
Why do you keep calling me lad? I'm hungry.
Because I've been practicing my pirate voice.
Liam, I always knew you were crazy.
Okay, never mind. You're just an idiot.
You're a bitch.
Yes,
That's Yuka. That's Liam, I think.
Aye.
Where's Elrilla and Brookside?
They took off, took their own path, left the crew, so to speak.
What? No, last time they just went to the library.
Aye, and then they left. They found something to look for, so they left.
Andrew, I think you might be misremembering slightly because I went back and listened to the episode.
I might be misremembering.
Don't worry, that's what my entire life is. What you just did, I do that every day. They were going to the High Library, basically. Elrilla was wanting to get access to the Wayline, but realized it wasn't a possibility, and she had found an interesting thing that basically captivated her. So she's just waiting. She's probably just at this library, just deep in it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I remember her and Brookside took off.
Yeah, they took off to go to the library and finish the research that she was hoping to find, and then meet up with you later.
I thought she finished that research and then took off to the remains of the Great Library.
No, she wants to go there next. That was the original hope. No.
Right.
So
misinterpreted.
it's fine. It was literally that session happened almost 2 years ago. So but anyway, so to round this off, basically, Sai's a little bit confused and dazed. He seems to be, particularly until Yuka starts opening her mouth, unwilling to say what happened. There is a point in which y'all are laying there and like hanging out where Nesragona comes in. She's done this twice so far, on the first day, near the end of the day, and then again near the end of the day. And healers have come in several times and kept trying the, tear exhaustion with greater restoration. It's not working. Nesragona says that she would like to have, and she brings 2 royal guards with her, says, I would like to speak to both Yuka and Cyrith alone.
Aye.
Mari's a bit hesitant to allow it.
By the way, Yuka, you have recovered 1 more level of exhaustion.
I mean, so Yuka speaks up. I would like to have Himari here. I don't feel comfortable defending myself if things go south.
You have no fear here.
Oh, so you just
say
brought the
that.
guards for decoration, not intimidation?
The guards are to stay outside the room. You, Himari, have a meeting with my lover.
I'm going to need you to expound on that sentence because that can mean a lot of things.
Very simply put, Azragoth requires your presence.
Could you elaborate on that sentence?
That does not help.
Do you just stare her down like you're just waiting for way more information?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to need a good reason.
You'll have to ask him. He's always been a mysterious one, that.
This is the guy that, went into my head, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the one that, if he wanted to, he could just teleport your ass to him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like passive perception would say, I think they're playing tricks on me.
Yeah, your perception is pretty good.
Himari's from high society and a lot of cloak and dagger and stealth and shit like that. These are a lot of things to separate people and to make them vulnerable, and I don't like it. That's what she's thinking. That's what she's thinking. I mean, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
If you'd like, I can have my guards go get him and he can come down here, but I need to have the room alone. You can stay outside with the guards, assuming that is private enough for Azragoth.
Mario will look at Yuka, kind of raise... I suppose she doesn't really have eyebrows.
Eye ridges.
Yeah, there we go. I'm are you... The point is are you okay with this?
Okay, you need to use your words because Yuka's kind of clueless. So Yuka, in response to eyebrow raising, would kind of just cock her head.
Cyrus at some point did, without you guys paying attention, summon Eagle.
Of course.
Himari will flat ask you guys, like, are you okay with this?
Oh, I would rather you be here, but if there are some sort of meeting you have to be at, I suppose that I can defend myself.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think I have a choice. I'm being told to actually go somewhere.
It's voluntold. It's voluntold. Yeah, so Hamari, you're heading out, and Liam, what about you?
My loyalty to my crew is as sure as the tides. I'll step outside, but if I hear screaming, I will fight to the death.
Nothing like that will happen, Sea Runner, I can promise you.
As soon as he steps outside, she just casts silence.
My what was it? How would she phrase this? The little investigation I have done has clarified quite a few things. I think there is no harm or issue with your friends. I need only gather more information.
Very well.
Something odd is afoot, and Ashra has gone quiet.
That is a tad bizarre. I'll give you some time. I'll be right outside if you need me.
Yes.
I appreciate that, Liam.
So Hamari, you go in the hallway, and a guard leads you to.
Yeah, I was assuming I was going to be escorted.
It's a guard, and he's pretty relaxed. He doesn't seem to care, or really give a shit that you're there.
Alright, we'll study his armor for weak spots.
There are several. It's mostly fancy plating.
I'm just imagining slipping a knife between the plates and just wrenching it in there.
I imagine that, like, Hamari, while looking for the weaknesses in the armor, is like a scene from one of the Sherlock Holmes movies where it's like, if I do this and this, and he will, like, die in this way, and if this is gonna, like, pop a pulmonary blood vessel, and he's gonna fucking collapse, type shit.
Yeah, there's, like, a very quick, like, 80 frame montage of just, like, Hamari killing this guy in 80 different ways.
Yeah.
So we get to this door, and he gestures for you to open the door and says, Azergoth is waiting inside for you.
Himari's annoyed that somebody hasn't opened the door for her, but I guess she'll do it herself.
He looks at you, and then reaches out and opens the door.
Alright, walk in.
You walk in, there's this fairly nice sitting lounge. It's fairly large size. One side actually has a pool with a familiar person in it. You see Brookside standing there on the edge of the this like pool with Aurilla looking out on a garden truss with a much larger backpack you remember her having, and what looks like a leather-bound satchel that is quite overfilled with something. And Brookside looks over and says, Hamari, it's good to see you again. And Aurilla turns and says, wow, I'm surprised you're still alive.
I've disappointed many people with that sentence.
I imagine so. But really, it is impressive. I figured you would have pissed enough people off here to die, or at least be leaving a trail of blood that you would be nowhere within 100 yards of this place.
There are duties keeping me here.
Yeah, as has told us. Yeah, Brookside speaks. I was like, Azergoth's pretty nice. He's a pretty cool guy. Do you know him? He says he knows you.
That would be putting it lightly.
Speaking of that, like a villain walking out from the closet on the other side of the room, Azergoth comes in clapping. No. You stepped into my trap. Anyway, no. He walks over to the other and says, good to see you, Hamari. I hear that your friends have some type of injury that needs to heal on its own. Quite bizarre.
They are recovering on their own.
Are they in any pain? Do they need anything?
I do not believe there's anything that we could provide them that would speed up the process.
Unfortunate. I had even sent the best archmage that I personally helped train many eons ago, and he could do nothing. Quite impressive. If it wasn't beings of life and blood, I might be willing to study them, but that goes beyond my moral aptitude for my curiosity. Speaking of curiosity, as you've noticed, your two friends, Arilla and Brookside, are here.
I do have eyes. Yes, they are here.
Always a smartass. So, do you feel like, after we retrieve my daughter, your need for this continent is done? As your main objective, as I understand, was to find me and my daughter, correct?
Correct.
Well, you found me, and you and I and your two compatriots there are going to go retrieve my daughter and go home.
What do you mean go home?
He walks up to you. It's no secret what we discussed before. I think you know what it means when I say I will go home. Our deal is still in place, is it not?
I am duty bound to follow my directives.
As good soldier you are. We will go back and fulfill those directives and proceed to make the Enlightened Ember that much brighter. With the two friends of yours, I imagine we are at the dawn of a new age. Arilla, I have never seen such a bright individual. Reminds me of when I was young, except this one seems to have an aptitude for tech. I've always been more towards the magical side. Are you ready to help me create a new chapter and bring in line the bloodlines?
Empire great again.
I imagine a pinky. I've handed a pinky and brain version of this. What was that, Andrew?
Don't tell me you're going to do that building a wall.
It's gonna build a giant wall, seawall around the fucking island. You know, so you get a pop-up, Hamari, that says, if you proceed from here, it is the end of the game. You cannot go back and do side quests.
Yeah. Well, from Mamari's standpoint, yes, she's still duty bound to do her job, but she's at least made one friend that she doesn't really want to leave. So it's kind of emotionally
conflicting.
Yes.
I think while he's very magically persistent and a platinum dragon, I kind of want. Is you all right if he just auto succeeds this? Because I feel like if I go look at his character sheet, I'm pretty sure there's a plus 13 in his charisma score. So I don't think you can bluff or hide this emotion.
What's my deception? Plus 11, and the lowest I can roll is a 10.
He has a plus 13 in his charisma score, and he has a plus 15 in insight. 26, 7, 8. So the lowest he can roll is a 29.
The best I can roll is a 31.
So so what you're saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Okay, I will put it.
No.
Okay, now we're good.
I would have to roll like max.
Okay, yeah. So he sees that confliction. He says, "Hamari, you going soft?"
What's the word I'm looking for?
Fuck you.
No. I can't think of the word.
Explain it. Detail it. Details.
For one, she's angry at herself for revealing her emotions. Two, she's almost upset that she even has that emotion and that it would cause a conflict.
And turmoil?
Yeah, turmoil.
Yeah,
that's a good word. And she's not happy with herself that she would even consider not following her orders to the letter. Like, in past, this wouldn't even be a question.
Has Azragoth ever placed a hand on you? Like, other than throwing your ass across the fucking stage?
And, like, mind fucking me?
Yeah, like, I mean, has he ever, like, reached out a hand to shake your hand at any point in the very deep, like, far past, or ever anything like that?
I would say no. Like, our social stations are too far apart.
Yeah, so he places, and mind you, he's like a exceedingly tall, like, high elf in this form. Mm-hmm. He places both of his hands on either side of your shoulders and says, "Growth is nothing to be angry about, Hamari."
There's no real protocol for disagreeing with a basically godlike figure. It's just gonna be like, yes, I understand.
He smiles.
Though.
I know you don't fully, but in time you will. Let's go retrieve my daughter and bring the Enlightened Ember into a bright new future. Would you like to go say goodbye to your friend, compadres?
Yes, I would.
Do as so. Out front, there is a fountain. You will find me, Brookside, and Arilla there. Come find us when you are done. Don't take too long.
All right.
And he walks over to Brookside and them, and they're having some minor discussion.
All right. Well,
Cool. So you arrive back.
I'll find that guard that escorted me here. Tell me, take me back to the vestibule.
Yep.
Recovery.
Yeah. No, it's a recovery ward. Actually, a quarantine ward apparently is what you figured out, because I think they weren't quite sure what happened to them. So yeah, you arrive back there. Liam, you see Hamari walk around the corner with that team non-2+ guard, and he goes back in position, and Hamari, you walk up to Liam.
Liam.
Hi.
Apparently, I'm going to be taking leave of your crew.
I see. Well, it was a pleasure serving with you.
Really? Like, she's actually surprised you say that.
It's been turbulent, I will admit. But you had yet to let me down.
Yeah. Well, as far as you go, I've never really met one of your people before, but I think you're okay. Very stalwart. Very dedicated to what you believe in.
Hey, as one should be.
I may not agree with it, but I can at least respect it. Respect the dedication.
I appreciate it. Likewise.
Hamari still thinks you're a dwarf. I don't know how to subtly put that without being correct, because I kind of want her to go throughout the rest of her life thinking you're a dwarf.
That'd be funny.
So she meets actual dwarves.
There are dwarves in this society.
All right. Well,
Real dwarves.
Hamari will look over, see Sai, and then turn away. So go over to Yuka. How you feeling?
Better? Thank you for asking. How was your meeting?
My duties are going to be taking me elsewhere.
Yuka actually goes from kind of like an indifferent look to her eyes, her face just kind of drops. Her mouth doesn't necessarily frown. She doesn't necessarily start crying, but she's just kind of sad and shocked.
I just imagine ugly crying immediately.
Not crying.
Go ahead.
I don't want you to break up with me. I'm breaking up with you.
But no, so Yuka looks sad and just kind of stutters. Oh, well, you're not the first friend I've lost throughout this journey.
I'm not dying.
But you're not staying.
Well, we're not going to be saying goodbye. We're going to be saying till next time. And
okay.
Let me see. How sappy do I want to make this?
Do a personality trait roll. Sappy,
no,
not happy.
No, I'm looking through my inventory here.
Oh.
All right. Well, Himari says 20 gold pieces of Requiem style jewelry. Stuff that she bought for herself that she liked. Does Yuka wear any type of jewelry or anything like that?
Yuka has been wearing a wolf tooth pendant since she first joined the party, and she has not taken it off since.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, if it's all right with you, Ben, that part of my jewelry is going to be like a bracelet with some type of engraving on it that's worth something. All right. Well,
yeah, has probably a bloodlines actual symbology on it, and maybe even if you don't mind me even going further personal, inside the coil is small notches of every person that's important that you've killed.
I'll leave that part off.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, I'm gonna give this to you as a gift. It's I'm gonna have you hold on to this until I come back.
Yuka just looks up at Himari very sternly. I will protect this with my life.
Please don't actually protect it with your life.
Literally protect it with your life.
Look, we're having a moment here. Do you mind?
Both you, if you have a slot for it, you can mark inspiration. It's not going to be a new character.
Oh, hey, I finished a goal for Himari.
What was that?
Save Yuka.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
Yeah, goal.
Right? Fair enough.
Everyone knows.
They're bottom underneath your trait rolls.
The hell did I even have as my goals?
There's a couple.
Your goal is to
When we
play.
get back when we get back in the swing of things, we'll be a little bit more diligent about some of that stuff.
Why the fuck did I have that as one of my goals?
What was that?
Acquire Azragoth as to the lack of the reaction to this world doesn't have that time.
Yeah, you still could ask that. You have an opportunity before that quest fails.
Nah.
Okay, go ahead and fail it.
All right. Anyway,
You can go ahead and check the saves Yuka and Cyrith, I guess. And Cyrith, I guess. Anyway, go ahead.
I didn't
Sorry.
have a goal for saving Cyrus.
I'm always gonna have Cypress die. Not by my hands, but to have him die.
Cool.
If he dies, he dies.
Dies. Exactly.
That's life.
Anyway, Mari's not exactly good at the
Goodbye part.
goodbye parts. Awkward hug, I guess.
Yuka is accepting of the awkward hug and returns the gesture equally as awkwardly.
Mari first instinctually goes for a strangulation, but then realizes, nope, this is supposed to be a hug.
It's Brad,
Not that bad.
dead.
Awkward.
They don't know what to do with my hands and accidentally grabs butt. accidental booty touches.
Well, you
So
are-
much awkwardness.
Caress the goblin's neck.
The cameraman was fired for how awkward this scene is.
All right. All right, we're gonna have our awkwardness, I guess, close out.
2 hours later. Anyway,
All right.
But like for real, Yuka, I gotta go.
All right. So in the room, there's me, Ilium, Sai, and Yuka. Correct? This is that.
yes.
In the party.
The doors have been shut. The conversation that Nezragona had with Yuka and Sai, I am shoving that for next session as a quick brief to ask them what they will and won't tell her and what they can get away with it. Nothing they will tell her in full or in lack of thereof any information will cause them not being able to leave, or it will not cause them to not be able to leave, put it that way.
Okay.
There's just some key pieces of information that I need to save. So yeah,
All right.
you're good.
Yeah, I don't think she really needs to interact with Sai. Well,
Sounds like just beating Eagle.
yeah. She's not going to sully the moment with open hostilities there. So she'll have the guard take her back to the fountain or wherever.
Before you leave, Sai just happens to say, well, Harari can't say it was nice meeting you, but good luck.
God.
Just
The glares over at Sai, turning her eyes
Just-
red with fucking druid craft.
you put your hand
Well,
fucking door hands off.
the thing is I still have Sai's necklace. I know something he doesn't.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten a chance to look over his gear because it's not been on him. Both Yuka and Sai are without their gear. It's in the room. It's just not on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the I don't really give a shit what you think look. And maybe have one more longing look back at the Liam. Why do I keep calling you Ilum? Liam and Yuka. Oh, till next time.
Pass again.
Anything you do with that amulet?
Not right now. She's just gonna keep it.
Okay.
It's important.
Interesting.
Okay.
Ilium Defoe.
Hey, there's the ilium bone. It is the largest and uppermost part of the hip bone, which is fused with the ischium and the pubis to form the pelvis.
Whatever that was. Anyway.
I'm saying Kamari has a bone.
Okay, so
She's pretty worried about my.
Financial system.
okay, so the amulet is with you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm putting with all the other things I don't know what they are.
Here's the thing. It's gonna be funny. It's oh, Ben, it wasn't a necklace or pendant. It was just a symbol. Oh well, it's got a string on it now.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask him. I know he's got it in his inventory, but I never asked what the fuck it was, so I'm just assuming it's a necklace. So I forgot to ask him.
Watch, it's like a
Okay, so
piece of parchment. It's impossible to sneak off with.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, so Hamari leaves, and we got a scene in between when Hamari was heading back to when she actually arrived there. Sai and Yuka, Sai being a bit standoffish, Yuka just be a bit reserved, talking with Nezragona, a bit of animate talk here and there, and then she leaves. And you free her to go, and Hamari, as you're walking, you're being guided out to where the fountain is. A royal guard is walking past you, and he's holding a letter, and he heads into the room that you just left, the airlock. Liam as the door shuts with Hamari, like not a minute later, the door opens and a royal guard comes in and says, "I believe you are Mr. Sea Runner.
Indeed.
I have a letter for you." And he hands you.
Eh?
Yep, he hands you the note, and I need to not edit. There we go. You should see something called Azergot's note in if you'd like to read it out loud. Otherwise, I can continue on. You could sit there and read.
Yeah, I'll read.
Okay, read it out loud, or just I keep going on and you read.
Just keep going on.
Okay, so another day passes. Sai is at 3 levels of exhaustion, and Yuka, you are now at 2 levels of exhaustion. Hamari and them have left, and in this interim, there is a scene in which we see well, actually, you tell me, how quickly do you act on that note? Well, I suppose real quick, I can have, let's see. I guess I can ask you right away, Lydia. What does Yuka, if Sai was to go along with trying to retain as much information as possible from keeping Nizargorn informed about what happened, would you follow with him, or would you be more reserved? Or if he's being reserved, would you be reserved? If he's being open, would you be open? Like, how would that interaction go with Nizargorn when they're speaking about what happened down in the Waylines?
Ask that one more time? I'm not 100% sure I understood the context.
So when Nizargorn comes in the room,
Okay.
she's going to ask what happened, why you were down there, what led you to be there. If Sai is being conniving or trying to avoid giving information, would you follow along? How much information would you be willing to give? Because there's things that Sai saw that you didn't, and then there's obviously the whole way in the Wayline that you saw that Sai didn't. Like that information was never relayed. So how much information and how would you react to Sai either going along with giving a bunch of information or being holding back information? Like, how would you react to those two scenarios, and what would you try and reserve, or what would you give up?
Can I do a personality trait roll?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Would it be sincere versus suspicious, maybe?
Sincere versus reserved. Like, sincere would just be me answering her questions like as is. Like, she asks, "Hey, what happened?" And I'll do my best to give like a brief synopsis. Like, I'm not gonna go into significant detail, but I'm gonna give a brief synopsis. Whereas reserved is I'm gonna follow along with Sai and be like, "Yeah, no, what he said. Yeah, what he said," kind of thing.
Either of those personality traits checked?
Sincere is checked.
Okay, you can gain 1 inspiration and the 1 XP, and then go ahead and roll it up.
Okay. I am at 1 XP. So sincere is +2 and reserved is 0. And I don't think I ever did the shortcut for the roll.
You don't see at the bottom left of your screen that says trait roll?
No.
Okay, then just go ahead and do /R 1d20 plus whatever's next to sincere, roll that, and then do it again with the modifier that is on reserved.
So +2 for the sincere. And then just roll 1 regular d20 for the other one, right? Because it's a 0 modifier.
Yes. So it'll be a d20 +2 versus a d20.
Okay. So I was kind of hoping for, because that's how I wanted to role play this. But, I was prepared to role play both.
So, in the guise of sincere, I will still, like, I assume you're telling most of all the whole story, what you can remember. I'm still giving you the option. Do you want to explain what happened inside the Waylines?
Can we go over real quick how the question would be worded? Like, is the question literally worded like what happened in the Waylines? It
would be worded in such a way that you would explain what happened, and then like the next thing happens, and you'd probably talk about it in such a way like, yeah, like the pain was pretty strong, and then all of a sudden I felt myself slip in, like I was losing consciousness, and then I appeared in this green space. And you can either be ambiguous and just say, things happened, or she'll probably pressure you and say, what happened in that, green space, that weird space. And I think you were in the Waylines. Like, there's a part of you that just knows.
Yeah. So that would be where I would like fall into the Yuka pseudo ignorance thing would be like, unless she directly asks, like if she asks directly, like what happened while you were in the way lines, I believe that I could probably convincingly say, I don't know what way lines. I'm not sure what you're talking about. This was just a whole weird thing for me. Versus,
Right, it's like a fever dream.
yeah, like, and I imagine that's how Yuka would kind of explain it in the first place. Is how you put it. Like, you know, the general question, what happened here? And Yuka's like, well, you know, I was feeling this, and then I felt intense pain, and then I kind of lost consciousness and slipped into like a fever dream. And that would be like the basic way that Yuka would explain it initially.
Okay. All right. So that's good information to know. Thank you. All right, Andrew. Does Liam read out, or like does Liam read out that letter to everyone?
Nah.
Okay. You're gonna act on it though?
Yes.
Okay. So would you like to go do that, like, while they're still recovering, like you go out and talk to this Gorlin?
If it is safe to do so alone, sure.
Yeah, as long as you don't go outside like, there's high city, mid city, low city, so you have to go down to low city. As long as you're in any of those, you're fine.
Okay. I suppose I'll go see what this, we'll go see this Gorlin.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you tell Sai and Yuka that, hey, y'all take a rest, I'm gonna go check on some stuff.
Hey, I'll be back.
I will be back.
Okay, Terminator.
So we cut to a scene where we see a hooded, cloaked figure basically jumping down from a particular old jungle-covered ruin, and it's like he dropped in a lower, like, and he pulls out a torch, lights it, and you see this figure walking through this older ruin, and we see a couple small creatures and snakes skitter off camera, or on camera to off camera, and at some point we find them creeping up onto a small group of individuals. They appear to be elven, probably from the Elder Grove, and we see them performing some type of strange ritual. Shoop, your character has been tracking these people for a while. They've been wanted in the Elder Grove for basically stealing something and using it. What were these people doing?
These individuals, they've had it where they've been using some items to essentially place some very heavy curses on some villages that's been nearby, affecting the fields, crops, and also the psyche of some of the people nearby. And after dealing with some of the clues that I've actually had and found the trail, that brought me to this little abandoned, I believe it's a possible old ritual site.
Yeah, and you're looking on, and you see inside this ruin, and you originally thought that you were tracking down some type of old magical spell or item, but you look on this group of three, and you see in the center of this room, which is lit by like mage light, is a small potted plant with a very gnarly looking red tree in it. And you believe you've heard of this. Can you roll me a history check?
Saying that,
You're looking for a DC, well, it's pretty easy, 14. Go ahead.
where's my dang character sheet? Oh, that's right. I popped up in the other one. History, and I will actually give my ring a bit of a spin to do advantage.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, so no factor. And how factor works is if you have a check skill, you need to get within. If you're three high, you get an additional like effect. So in this case, you don't. If you're unchecked, it's 5 or higher. Or 5 high or low. Factors can work either way. So you know that they're using a combination of a corrupted Lightwell Radiant artifact, which you've seen used before in this way, where they essentially are funneling, because the Lightwell was tainted by the Blood Force a long time ago, and when people pray to it or people use it in their day-to-day life, and it is a common religious practice, is like a very low-level deity, for a lot of things, people find that their lives recently have been getting harder or worse, and that's because of this corruption. They're using this artifact as well as this Blood Force sapling tree to essentially suck away their luck or their ambitions and causing, like we're saying, these curses to appear. So using a blood force sapling, which that needs to get eradicated right away. That is the type of world-ending shit. And this device is being used to be a good device. It used to be used to help basically channel divine light into healing spells. Now all it can do is cause harm. So it's up to you whether or not you see the device as, it's corrupted now, but it can be purified later, or if it just needs to be destroyed, because the light well has not been good for a while.
Since I at least am aware of its capability of being repurified, and it can be beneficial, I'd be going more in the goal of obtaining it and finding the proper hands to hand it off.
Okay. So how does Curio, and by the way, these are like level 3 mages and varying flavors. We don't need to roll out a combat encounter. I'm pretty sure a level 14 anything could just fucking murder these guys with very little effort. So how does your character go about either killing, obtaining, dealing with these folks?
My idea would be I would try to inspect each of them, figure out who is possibly the head of these 3.
The necromancer.
And I would do the process of eliminate the 2 underlings, and then I would actually do my best to actually nearly bring down the necromancer, and I want to actually interrogate him and find out how he actually got his hands on it and who actually gave it or where he stole it from.
Okay. Give me a second. Do you mind me spinning the tale of how your character does this, or do you want to from one end to the other?
I'll have to
Up to the interrogation part.
I'll do the whole spiel of what I would do.
Okay,
I have to pull out my blade and have to do like a sigil of sorts in the air and cause a bit of a burst of swirling colors to appear in front of the group. Avatar, as a distraction, run up to one, just easily take him out, sharp stab in the back as they actually realize of possibly what's going on. Take out the other one with a shot of my crossbow, right to the head. And then I just look towards the necromancer, do another quick assessment and a few hard jabs to his knees and hands, then be doing my interrogation on him.
Yeah, so he's grass covered. He has, like when I say necromancer, it's basically like a rot. In this particular part of the era, they focus more on like rotting. So the dude smells horrendous to your olfactory. He has the smell of basically rotting grass, fruit that has gone off for far too long. He has cuts and wounds on one side of his face that appear to be like slightly infected and festering, and he grimaces up at you and kind of snarls out an expletive, and he looks at you and says, I'm trying to think, what would he say?
Oh shit, I didn't give this nameless NPC a personality.
Yeah. Fuck it. He's what was that one guy in the Smurfs? Galgamort? Was that his name?
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. He was
Gargamel?
Gargamel, that's what it was.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah. So he kind of looks like that, and he's just like, why can't you leave well enough alone, kitty?
Why can't you let nature actually do its natural course, other than actually meddling with it?
It is. We are bringing it back to the start.
Unnatural.
I bet you didn't know there was 2. No, the blood forest is natural, and so was the Solakan. They used to be one tree, divided in 2, bring back together, everything gets better.
If it goes to where it was a part of it, you claim that it was a part of it, and yes, rot is natural, but when it goes to where it is being forced, then it causes imbalance. Imbalance is not what nature needs. It needs to take its
You
natural
wouldn't
course.
know anything about imbalance. You're an interloper here. Don't live here.
I have no home, for my home was taken. With that, I'll just do like another stab on him.
I mean, he did. Nature needs like electrolytes. Shut the fuck up. I just imagine like there's this again, another blooper reel at the end of the credits where it's like, my home was taken. Like, you stab him in the heart. There's like this blood splatter, and someone just dumps Gatorade on him. It's like, it's what plants crave. Anyway, but yeah, so you take the Lightwell artifact, bring it away, and then what do you do with the Blood Force sapling? You could see that there's like some of that smell you were getting was from the corpses around you. There's mixed race corpses around you, mostly elf, and it looks like they've been drained, and you can see maybe a fucking wooden cask barrel of blood and some sinew bits have basically been stuffed into this pot. There's like a finger sticking out of it. And you can actually see, as you walk up to this abomination in your eyes, you see that the finger that's like sticking out of the pot is like slowly being like sucked down into the soil. And you can see it pulsing like a heart.
The excess amount of blood. I'm going to actually try to take what I can for the barrels and such, set it in a spot, and I'm going to take some oil, try to actually prep the barrels, and I'm just going to light it in a spot that hopefully won't spread to there's some vines and stuff, but it's mostly a stone room. But yeah, I'll have to basically set that ablaze to, I don't want to say taint, but basically just make it unusable. But then for the actual plant, I'll see if there's like a container or something that I could kind of wrap it in, since I don't want to grab it with my actual hands. And I'll just place it in my bag.
You're not going to destroy it?
I'm at least aware that is this a big plant, or is this like a
No, I could say that it could fit in your backpack. You do know that this thing was like a crisis in the world at one point because it was spreading. Like, this is worse than a nuclear device, if I put that into rationale. And it's like sheer destructive power.
Have I ever told you about Project Sundial?
God damn it.
All right. You had mentioned of possibility of actually getting this cleansed.
The Lightwell thing, yes.
With that, I'm gonna have to pull up my one scroll and I'm gonna start writing in it, and it's basically going to say, found the plant artifact. Seems possible it may not be purified, or I do not have the skills to purify it. Do you know who could actually take it out of my hands that's trustworthy?
You wait a bit, and then scrolled back is, I don't believe anyone's trustworthy enough. Destroy it.
And with that, basically do a check, and then tap, 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 clear the scroll.
Yep.
And with that, I'll just pull out a set of acid vials that I actually have, and I just start pouring all over it, seeing if it'll actually destroy it.
There's this faint, like, you ever hear like a bearing in a fan that's just starting to go bad? It's low pitch enough, but it's there recognizable. You hear that and screaming from this thing. Yeah. You hear that screaming that quietly from the plant as it's basically eaten away.
Yep.
Yeah, so
set it with the acid, and then do an extra splash of the oil leading to it, just to help burn away any remnants. And then I'll just leave the place.
Yeah, only you could prevent forest fires.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's fine. So we see you climb up out of this ancient ruins on the far western bank of the Elder Grove. And we see you, like a montage, walking back, and we cut to Liam arriving at a, let's see here, what is this? It's a 2-story shop that has some steampunky elements to it, but it's not much. A lot of the, you don't see that stuff around here at all. A lot of it's either magic or nature. This is kind of, you're surprised you haven't noticed it before when you're walking down the street, but a lot of that part of it is kind of hidden in the back. But you see like actual metal casks and devices that are expulging steam, and you can hear like forge working going on, and you see a couple small apprentices out front, like bringing in charcoal and other things, like rolling a barrel inside. And you come inside and you can smell the sulfur, oil, heat. You can feel the heat, even though it's emanating from the back of the room. And as you walk into the front, there's a small, brass bell that's ring for service.
I have to tap it.
Oh, sorry. This is Liam.
Yeah, sure, I'll ring it.
Yeah, you ring it, and out walks a kind of slightly taller than normal dwarf. So it is a big beard that's braided with seashells and other little trinkets. They seem to be kind of almost random. And he walks up, and you can see that he's got a small powdered charcoal on his hands and his head as he takes off his gloves and says, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Ahoy, lad! Just wanted to ask a few things.
Alright, I can be an open book sometimes. Try me. What's up?
Odd seeing a metal workshop in such lands. They cost you much for it.
Every place needs metal, even these tree lovers.
In this we are agreed. Alas, they seem to have less than an appreciation for it.
They come here bitching and complaining. They buy it all the same. Compass is pretty useful for those who can cast magic, would you agree?
Aye, that it is. Speaking of compass, pray tell, have you done any shipwriting in the past?
Can you roll me an insight check and a perception check? The insight check is at 18, the perception check is at 14. Why was the insight at advantage?
Was it at advantage?
No, so 12. So the insight you don't get. The perception
I forgot to click the button back.
You're fine. So you don't see his facial expression change at all, but you see his hand lowers down, and there just happens to be a piece of polished brass or something behind him that was just set there by one of the apprentices, when they're moving by, moving stuff. And you could see him reaching for an axe. Why do you ask about that?
Because I'm curious. Only because I'm curious.
Who sent you?
Mr. Azragoth.
You see his hand move away from the axe. Oh, interesting. You're Liam.
I squint at him. Aye, now how would you know that?
I remember you. I remember you quite well. At least when you were young.
Fond memories, I hope.
Starts reaching back.
You were. I was gotta kill this little fucker. No, he says, you were a little menace on the flotilla.
Indeed.
Interesting to see you grown up. I ship-rode for the flotilla.
No less mischievous, let me tell you. Yes, trouble finds me if I don't find it. I gesture towards his hand. Clearly. Not many people come asking for that type of information, Liam. It's dangerous. And not just because we're surrounded by tree lovers. I agree. Alas, I seek information.
Yeah, as he didn't quite tell me what you'd be asking for. So, what you be asking for?
The Storm's Eye. I know of its existence, I've only seen it, but I know little of it. Its resting place, I fear, may hold answers that I seek. Answers that may only be found there.
Stone's Eye? Didn't you mean the Eye of the Storm?
Aye.
Okay, sorry, I just made sure.
I thought the Storm's Eye
said,
was that ship.
I have your document up right here that we wrote together. Let's see. Eye of the Storm. The Storm's Eye. Yeah, okay, it's the Storm's Eye, sorry. I forget we called the arc the Eye of the Storm. That's where I'm getting confused. Okay, so it's the Storm's Eye. Yeah, he, I say it's why are you looking for that wreck? That's quite a painful memory, I would assess, wouldn't it?
Aye, it is. Alas, even then it remained an enigma to me. A good friend of mine, has found themselves fragmented, let's say, broken up into a few pieces. It's fine, we'll fall apart every now and then, but it seems they're having a hard time putting themselves back together, and alas, I fear time runs short.
He gives you a look really, and he pulls out a necklace of Talos.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
He doesn't say, yeah, there's conversation happening between you two that's not being said. There's a fucking intern walking by or whatever. It's just they're just staring at each other. I think so.
I bring up my right hand and I give the one side a scratch, making sure the tattoo visible.
Yeah, he shows his.
Indeed.
All right. I can...
Alas, I fear there are answers that I will only find on board what's left of that ship. But if I am to seek it, I'd like to know a little bit more about it. so I got a better idea on what I'm dealing with before I get there.
Well, I'd like to wane and wax with you, Liam. And yes, I have what you seek. Not just knowledge, but how to locate her. But I need some help.
Her location is known to me.
I can point directly to her.
Specifics are always better. All right, what's this favor you had in mind?
Well, firstly, there's a couple people I'd like you to meet.
Oh,
Do you have any other friends with you, or are you alone?
not at the moment.
Maybe it's best you come back here when you got the whole band together.
That important, eh? I wasn't expecting more than a personal meet. Aye, very well. As soon as they're ready and able, I'll come, or I'll stop by. Or I'll at least talk to them about it. We all run via
It's preferable.
democracy, after all.
Interesting times being here with that kind of wordage. But, Liam, the favor I have is quite dangerous. And I have two fellows who are quite willing to do the task, but it's too dangerous for them alone. Even with yourself. How many more other friends do you have?
Just 2 others.
They capable?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Will they be capable?
Hey, the problem isn't, or their capability isn't, the part I'm worried about.
He raises an eyebrow.
Alas, I find Talos' voice hard to hear within these lands. Some kind of blasphemous divine ward.
Yeah, I haven't...
My own reasons for loathing the gods. I'd like to learn more about them. Alas, these blasphemous wards, I fear, may be what's blocking Talos' voice.
Wards, eh? I was always curious. I just honestly thought that Talos just didn't favor me anymore.
His voice cannot reach these lands, and I have my suspicions as to why.
Well, it sounds like...
The wards interest me greatly. Alas, it would seem this is not common knowledge.
Apparently not. Well, at some point, I'll have to trade you for that knowledge. You spiked my curiosity, Liam.
Alas, without Talos' voice, I find my capabilities severely hampered. Sure, I'm a skilled fighter, but as an archer with a bow, losing one's fingers is devastating.
Very much so. I can't say it'll get any better where you're gonna go, but it might.
Only one way to find out, eh?
Yes.
So be it. All right, let's hear this proposal.
You don't want your friends here? You're gonna take it back with them?
Aye, fine. We'll wait till they're able and ready. It'll be a few days yet, though.
It can wait. It's waited very long already. So, hundreds of years. Another week won't hurt. If you...
Initial return.
Can you give me a history check? DC 18. Yeah. There's something about this dwarf there's something about him, or not just like your connection to the flotilla, but something like there's some detail about him that kind of something tickles your head and you just can't quite put a finger on why it's unique.
Yeah, figures. I can't make the skill checks that I'm not good at. And any skill checks I get that I am good at, I still don't make.
As a fickle mistress.
Doomed to failure, I feel.
Right. All right. So, it is 11th. Nope, it's 10:30. I can read. I believe this would be a good ending point. After this, it should be the full party again. So, sorry, there was a bit of lopsidedness, Shoop.
That's fine. I got to hear shenanigans.
But, yeah, it's a whole lot of wrap up. But it'll be, like I said, it'll be bi-weekly. I hope the calendar event is visible for all you know. But yeah, we will be getting a very strong kitty cat rogue and a earth genasi. I forget, what was your class? Druid, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked. So
That's too many druids in this group. I'm sorry, you have to change a character.
Or we just battle to the death.
yes, stone druid versus forward druid. Go.
Oh my god, yes.
I mold earth
One who
underneath
is
your
nature
5
and
foot
who
pit
is-
and then mold it back on top of
It
One
turns
who
into
is
like
made
a
from nature,
furry.
the other is all raised by nature. There can only be one Highlander druid.
I just imagine.
Into like a furry dog. Oh my goodness, violate me, Stone Daddy. Yep, yep.
God damn it.
I create a stone spike and fall on it.
I just
I speak for the
Well,
trees and they say that's fucked up, yo.
I just imagine like Lydia's character turning into like a squirrel, like taste my squirrely wrath, and then just a giant stone lands on it.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
You ever played Squirrel with a Gun?
no, but I've seen it. It looks pretty great. I forget, shoot, what was your other characters you had in mind? You didn't have a druid in mind, right?
No. The other two that I
Okay.
had in mind was Owlin Artificer.
That's what it was, Artificer.
And then a Eldrin Rune Fighter.
Yeah, okay, I remember now. I was just like, man, just get 3 druids in here, it'll be fine.
Oh my god, yes. It's a party of all druids.
Let's do a whole
Honestly, that would be
party
kind of
of
like a
bards.
sick party, though.
So I played a short campaign where we were all kobolds and we were all wild sorcerers. That was pretty fun. But having a group of all druids, man, the shenanigans, like, yeah, we all wild shaped squirrels, just like throw shit at people, spy on people, like, because usually like the druid has to go off by themselves to do this kind of shit. Just copy off into barista, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's very roleplay heavy, but hopefully you all had fun. Next time I have a pretty interesting encounter. I dug out the 4 ebooks for the Boss Legacy creation kit again, so hopefully you'll find that very interesting and fun. Shoop, because I don't know if I stated it, but my combats in here, when they do occur, are going to be one of 2 things. Either it's going to be a like very unique encounter that is either time sensitive, or it's more like a puzzle kind of combat or something like that, or it's like a Dark Souls boss. My bosses have phases, unique attacks and abilities, stuff like that. So that's how a lot will go. Is it's either going to be, role play, unique introspection of our characters, and then it's going to be dotted in with like very unique combat encounters. So,
Oh boy, I actually need to take a little look at one of them and find out what they could be vulnerable against. Oh no, what will I do? Stab, stab, stab.
yeah, I was going to say, your Inquisitor Rogue is going to help a lot. No, not metagaming. His character is about doing that.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, the character literally is about that. But yeah, I'm
the
pretty.
character is literally about metagaming. Sick. Anyway.
Yes, yeah. Can you imagine? It's just like all it says is, if you succeed, roll. GM hands you monster manual. There you go. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a good night. I am going to head off for tonight, and in 2 weeks we'll play again. I believe it'll be the 29th at 7 p.m. as it was tonight as well.
And my phone actually gotten updated on the calendar for the next play session.
Nice. I thought about using the Discord events. I might also put that on, but we'll see. The problem is that it alerts everyone in this server, so I'd have to make another server for it to work, or make a channel that it's connected to. I have to look into it a little bit. If it is connected to the whole server, I'm probably just going to stick with the calendar event. Lastly, once we start the end of Liam's arc, Michelle will have her character unlocked, which will basically be tied directly to Liam. It's going to be fun.
Oh dear.
Hey Ben, since I finished the one goal for Imari of saving Yuka, do I get the XP for new character?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of
Anytime.
XP, I finished a goal.
Yeah, is it a long or short goal?
It was saving Yuka and Sai, I guess.
I'd say it's short because it was like, that's what I got to do. So that's 1 XP. And 1 XP would be for yours as well, Stump.
Okay.
Because it was this happened. My goal is to fix the thing that happened. Those are 1 XP goals. But if it's like the one you have, Stump, where it's like, I want to see a natural world wonder, those are 3 XP apiece. So, and by the way, you can encounter, I put a couple hidden markers on the map for other natural wonders that exist in this world, including ones that I just made up for fun. So if you get within the vicinity of one of these things, I'm going to have you roll within a certain amount of distance based on a difficulty, so you'll be able to detect this natural wonder. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you all have a good night and sleep well.
Yep, I got
Hope you had fun.
myself. So,
Night night.
nice playing, everybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
Good game.
Good night.
Night, night.